So if I were an engineer listening to this podcast and I want to develop my skills around the three areas that you talk about, which is really communication skills, decision making skills, working with people, and talking with precision, as you call it, right? The use of words and the importance of precision of words. Where do I start? Because I'm already I've already graduated. This is not what I taught. That's what I'm taught in schools. I've always been told you're great in math. Okay.
Yeah.
And now I'm here. I've graduated and I'm in this real world where I have to have these skills. So where do I start if I have to take incremental steps to get better at these skills?
Yeah, exactly. And that's that person that you described is exactly the audience I wrote for in my book. And I think engineers at NASA were at a real advantage because we had a training program that understood that and had the funding and had the managerial support, upper management support to develop those skills. A lot of companies can't afford that or may not have an interest in doing that. So I think the individual has to take it upon themselves to really become more of a, not only just use one side of their brain, but be able to use both sides of their brains. And I think you can start by just by being a little more patient with people and understanding that people and situations in life. I mean, we all, as an engineer, we all like to see things as black and white and logical and rational, but they are in the test lab and they are on the assembly line and they are, when you're on a drafting board or a CAD computer designing something. But in real life, they seldom are, and you have to learn to adjust to that. And I think the liberal arts are a great way. Reading some great novels. I mentioned in my book about reading Moby Dick. Is reading 1,000 pages of Moby Dick going to help an engineer be a better engineer? A lot of people would say, no, that's ridiculous. I'm wasting my time. What do I need to know about hunting whales is going to help me be a better engineer? But when you put the time into a book like Moby Dick or any of the classics, I think it gives you a better framework of what life is really like and what people are really like and how you can motivate people and what motivates other people, engineers and non-engineers. And I think, at NASA, we were at a real advantage. And I think our engineers soon understood that and took advantage of our fifth-year program. And but I realize that some organizations can't afford that. I think a starting point would be, my book, and I think I think you can go on from there. I think just learning how to communicate is probably of all the professional skills. I think that for an engineer, that's probably one of the most important. And there's various clubs you can join where you learn how to speak and you learn how to, even present a lucid and interesting PowerPoint presentation. So there's groups out there that you can, certainly learn from.
So therefore, so what you're really saying is go read a novel, go read a classic, and when you read them, you realize that there's nothing in black and white. Everything is in gray, right? So therefore, that's something that you then start to probably not even appreciate. You're a little bit shocked, right? Because whenever I read this various stories in the book, what I realize is, they're pretty much blind to many of these skills, right? So therefore, this whole engineering mindset, I'm not even aware that this is something that the pragmatism and the efficiency mindset, which you talk about, literally takes over, and you just don't get a sense of it, right? So in this section, Roger talks about the importance of being precise with your words as much as being precise with your numbers. Most engineers are precise with their numbers, but they need to develop the skill of being precise with their words. He talks about the criticality of three skills that an engineer needs to develop. One is communication skills, the second being decision making skills, and the third, working with people. He believes that if you want to develop these skills, one way is to read novels, look at reading classics, and this, he says, teaches an engineer about the world, about the people, how to inspire them. He knows more about the society, and that has an implication on enhancing these professional skills, as he calls it.